Hazel, we're going to talk today mainly about Dublin City Council and X. Can you tell me how you and your Green Party colleagues, Hazel, felt or feel over the story with Grock recently? And can you tell me about your successful motion in Dublin City Council to get the council to stop using X?
Well, firstly, I'm the party spokesperson for infrastructure expenditure, digitalisation and media. So media comes under this within my brief. And when I started looking at the issues with Grok and X, they have been ongoing for quite a while, unfortunately. Everyone started talking about it only recently, but Grok has had issues in the past, and it's come to light now that there is child sexual abuse materials on the site, and it's come to light that there is abuse material being generated of individuals, especially women. So what happened was myself and my council colleague, Sergeant Jose, and also Councillor Ray Cunningham, with my other council colleagues, Carolyn Moore and Claire Byrne, we put in a motion to ask the council to stop using the site immediately, because for the very reason that you wouldn't use any other site that's been investigated and have potential criminal charges to list any of your services. Why would you use X? Like, by virtue of the fact that we're on it, especially with our council services, it almost condones it and condones the behaviour. So Dublin City Council has a moral obligation to its citizens to be very firm on this matter. Like, for example, if there is issues when it comes to child sexual abuse material, why would you list library services that encourage children to go to the library within Dublin City Council on that very site? Obviously, you wouldn't be asking families and parents to use that site because, again, that is one of the big issues against it. I just find that we have to make sure that the council is fulfilling its moral obligation in this case, which it has, to be fair. It has stopped posting on the site.
Okay. As you said there, X has had a bad reputation to a lot of people for a long time. I remember some years ago, Hazel, that you were on X and you spoke about racism and other abuse on the site, didn't you? Can you tell me more about that, can you?
Like, X has been going downhill for quite a while, in fairness. And your issue is that it used to be such a good community there, and I remember during COVID, where people would go on it and ask if other people needed help and needed food drop, and it was a proper community. I remember one woman, Helen, she formed a community group about for first responders, dropping voluntary meals into people who couldn't access them during COVID. So that was the height of the site, where it was used for really good engagement and community building, which I'm guessing was the original intention of the platform. But then Elon Musk took it over, and next thing you know, it became so hate-filled. It had a lot of racism. It had a lot of misogyny. It just had a lot of issues when it came to targeting people, especially marginalised and minority. And it was all under the guise of this is free speech. So, and it became a big problem. And I think this is why people started leaving it and started not engaging in it as much. And then, as a pivot, I'm guessing, to increase engagement, this is the next iteration of X, which is to produce deep fakes of women and children in nude form against any consent of theirs. These are not consensual images, so these are very much non-consensual deep fakes that should not be produced and should not be shared on this site.
Okay, and going forward, Hazel, what are you and the Green Party in Ireland, and indeed the Green Party in Europe and around the world, calling for to happen with X?
Well, firstly, we want Commissioner Mon to regulate and to investigate. And Commissioner Wong has a European directive and is under the European directive. The European Commission are the ones looking at this because we are part of the EU. So they will be looking at it and looking at how to investigate this issue. So we will be working with our European Greens and looking at the matter because on a national level, there's a few things we should definitely be doing. The guards need to be seizing the materials that's being held in X because there are now hard drives and data that's possibly full of child abuse images. We don't know. But the Gardaí needs to be the one seizing this evidence to make sure that if it falls under the Child Abuse Material Pornography Act, then it does need to be charged. X needs to be charged then. The other thing is there are laws in this country, even when you take away from the European directives part, there's existing laws in this country, which is the Harmful Communication, Harassment Communication Act, also known as COCO's law, that forbids the publication and distribution of the fakes. Now, the law states it's distribution and sharing, but the fact is the site already creates it and then distributes it. So it's the same action within that site, and therefore they should be held accountable because they are breaking the law. So we have Commissioner Mon here that are tasked as our regulators. I think the government needs to back them strongly and provide them with the options and power to make sure big tech such as X are regulated. They come into Ireland. They are given very lucrative tax breaks. So we need to be able to hold them accountable and responsible.